Hey everyone, thanks for joining me. I'm Honest Steven, and today we are going to be looking at Diablo 3. This is the PS4 version, obviously, and I'm going to be doing something a little bit different today. Instead of just generally playing through the game and giving my commentary over, I'm going to be doing a rough guide for players that are new to the level 70 cap and the end game content, the meat of the actual game for Diablo 3. As most of you know that play the game, there are two modes to play in Diablo. There is the story mode, the campaign, where you progress through the plot and stop Diablo and the other evils therein. But once you complete that, you unlock something called Adventure Mode. And in Adventure Mode, you essentially have the entire game open and unlocked to you with no story progression, and you get something called Bounties. Every act in a lobby, a game session, has 5 bounties. They are random quests, similar to what you did through the story. Just without context. The idea from a lore perspective is that you've saved the world, now let's clean up what's left. And for every 5 bounties you complete, you will earn a Horadric Cache, a box that's full of currency and other goods, and on higher difficulties, items, which are given to you by Tyrael. And if you complete all 5 bounties in all 5 acts of the game, you'll get a large Horadric Cache, and that has a lot of stuff in it. It's a really good way to get materials for crafting and for filling out your general Paragon levels, which I'll explain in a minute, and other things like that. Now, before I get into showing off bounties, I mentioned Paragon levels. As you can see down in the bottom left corner of the screen, my experience bar is blue, and it has a very large number next to it, not the level 70 that you would expect to see. This is when you reach Paragon. Paragon is unlocked the moment you hit level 70. You continue to level up, but instead of earning new skills and higher stats, you earn Paragon points. And the way Paragon works is there are 4 categories: core, offense, defense, and utility. And they have 4 subcategories in each category. That varies depending on your class. Each level up you get 1 Paragon point per category in a clockwise order. So at the first level it'll be a core point, offense point, defense point, utility point. And then at the 5th level, core point, 6th offense, 7th defense, 8th utility, on and on and on and on and on. Each subcategory has a cap of 50, as you can see, but I don't believe the Paragon level itself stops. I think you can just keep going. So eventually it does become redundant because you can fill out all of these and they cap out as far as my knowledge goes, but I could be wrong. I haven't had a character that high yet. But this is essentially a way to continue to buff and strengthen your character and allow you to delve deeper into the higher difficulties throughout the activities you have therein. And what's really nice is just completely, whenever you want, you can reset this. You can go in, hit the square button, as you can see at the bottom of the screen, and play around with it. You're not locked into anything, so you can tinker around, and that's really convenient. So I'm obviously Paragon 379. That means I have 379 points distributed across 3 different cores, categories, and it helps. One of the best things about Paragon is that you can get things like movement speed, and it allows you to focus on other better stats in your gear. So yeah, your main objective as an adventure mode player, as an endgame player, is to get higher Paragon and better gear and better weapons. Excuse me. So when you're in an act, you go ahead, open up the waypoint, which you should be familiar with by the time you access adventure mode, because the game doesn't allow you to do it till you've beat the story. And you just pick a random one of the objectives. The key icon you'll see on every act on some of the things refers to a key warden. And key wardens, I'll explain a little later. The skull icons are bosses, Butcher, Queen ARANEAE, and Skeleton King. It's all very quick and easy ways to locate certain things you want. So say you want to farm a specific boss for a specific item, you know exactly where to go. If you want to farm key wardens, you know where to go. So we'll go and kill Backstress. So you make your way to the area you need to be in, which is, in this case, LEORIC'S Manor. And our objective is to kill 75 enemies in the royal quarters, and to kill the unique NPC enemy, Backstress. So, you just make your way into where you need to go, and do the objective.
This world can abide you no longer!
I'm running a minion-based necromancer build that utilizes a heavy focus on death.
My name is Lockdown, and I'm cursed. Once the captain of King LEORIC'S army, I lived only to honor my land and my king. No man has a greater love for his king than I had for mine, even as I drove my blade through his dark and corrupted heart.
So there you go. Bounty complete. We get a handful of gold and a decent chunk of experience. And like I said, you go ahead and you knock those 5 things out, and you'll get a cache. I will do one set of bounties just to show you exactly what you get, and also because it doesn't take very long. One of the nice convenient things about bounties is the game is pretty good at showing you exactly where you need to go right away, so that way you're not wasting time exploring the map. Diablo 3 is a procedurally generated game in the sense of its map layout mostly, but you have seen the majority of what you're going to see by playing through story mode. So the fact that the developers took their time to respect your time is appreciated.
You will make a fine corpse.
And as you can see, this bounty, we're finding triune monuments and disablement. There's a lot of variety in the bounties, which is appreciated too. It keeps things relatively fresh. You don't feel too bogged down by grinding it out.
The grave beckons.
But it is a lot to kill these things, activate that thing, so on and so forth. Okay, well, we found 3 of them.
That needs to recharge.
Something you'll learn pretty quickly as you play higher difficulties is there are certain monster abilities that you just really are going to hate and want to really avoid. Like the arcane suffix. That's when an enemy drops the little orbs on the ground that turn into the spinning bars. Man. I drink plenty of water before I do this stuff, and I just guess my body's not very well tuned to talking. Yeah, so it's bad enough on the lower difficulties and while you're leveling to run into certain things like arcane. And when you're running the higher torment difficulties, which I'll explain in a moment, you can get dropped in a second. It's like, oh god. another bounty done, and this one specifically, we get a chest out of it, so potential for more gear and loot. But yeah, actually, I'll take this moment now, real quick, to explain the torment. Once you hit level 70, you unlock higher difficulties to you, and it's you know, the core 3 difficulties: easy, normal. I mean normal, hard, master, I think, and then it's something an expert. And the game, it feels pretty easy early on through that, but once you get the torment difficulties, they're much harder. It goes all the way up to torment 13, at least the base difficulty. And really, there's not anything mechanically different between the difficulties. It's just bigger, harder, faster enemies with a better chance of better gear dropping and more money and more experience. So it scales around as you get higher leveled and more powerful and more efficient. It's going to be harder for you to find a challenge, to find upgrades, and to really progress. So you go to the higher difficulty, it challenges you a bit more, and you, oh, this is good, and you keep going. I'm gonna die. Ooh, that was close. Those explosions are another thing you want nothing to do with. I believe this character is running on Torment 10, so it's decently high, but still not at the cap, and not really. I can do 11 pretty safely, but it can struggle, and 12 I'm not ready for at all. And if you've been noticing the numbers popping up, those are my crits, my critical hits. I'm easily clearing billions of damage, and my heaviest crit in a perfect scenario is something like 25 billion damage. That seems like an insane number, but it's really not all that big of a deal. I'm not just completely decimating my enemies, and there's some, like I said, the higher difficulties, it's still not enough. It's like, you can hurt me, but you're not dropping me fast enough. So the game is very good at making you feel powerful without making you feel like a joke, without making the game feel like a joke.
This world can abide you no longer. The grave beckons.
Oh.
I must wait.
That's a really good example of being overpowered for a specific event. Normally, Queen ARANEAE is a 3-phase fight, but well, there you go.
No.
Alright, so again, another chest, another bounty done. 3 down, 2 to go. And again, as you can see, when you're running a difficulty that you are properly equipped for, it's not too too demanding of your time.
the cycle.
That's another one.
I was gonna have one of my friends join me today, just to have another person to run with, but because I don't really script this stuff out, and it would have been online,
that needs to recharge.
I didn't have a way to guarantee that the dialogue between us was going to stay focused. So I just kind of run solo. Plus, if you watch my other Diablo videos with my friends, we tend to get out of hand. So trying to explain a point while also not bumming out a group is a tough call. Tough thing to put on myself.
I need to go back.
Alright, last one.
That needs to recharge.
These brutes to shreds.
The night embraces you. I cannot do that.
They weren't fully spawned. Not that it mattered much.
Give it more time. You will make a fine corpse.
Some of the bounties that you do perform actually add a bit of flavor text
Take the hill, brothers. Don't let these dogs
to the overall plot in the world of Diablo 3, which is pretty nice. But it's not many of them. Most of them are just generic A to B. So that's all three of the
Our enemies are legion, but they will not take us without a fight. We must hold them here while the keys to the Holy Temple are hidden away from their leader, the fiend Nereza. Resolve must not falter, though we would surely die to the last man.
Your deeds should be rewarded. Please, take this. You have finished all the bounties here, but more await you in other lands.
So, there you go, you get some stuff, and then over here you get a large Horadric chest. Might remember the name wrong, but anyway, you get a bigger one for doing all the things. You open it up, and you get a bunch of crap. You get materials and gems and items and stuff like that.
I'm afraid not.
So, let's identify everything with the Book of Cain, save us some clicking. Alright, well, I'm going to call it there for today. Didn't cover too much, but I got the general idea of what is presented to you initially with Adventure Mode. We'll continue on in the next part of this little guide to Adventure Mode for new players. So thanks for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed what you saw. Subscribe if you want to keep up to date on my videos. Share it if you want some people, some people that need some help. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. That's generally how I update my situation regarding the channel. I haven't been doing videos lately because of a job change and personal stuff that I'm not, not going to bother you guys with. But if everything goes according to plan, I have a new routine down, and this should be something that's regular. But until next time, I'm going to continue doing my best to bring you one of the most honest opinions you can find online, and I will talk to you guys later. See ya.